Okay, today we're going to look at oxidation. Metals, such as iron or steel, are especially subject to oxidation when in the presence of water which contains a solution of salts. The coating of steel with metal of greater electromotive force, such as zinc, prevents the steel from corrosive attack, even if it's exposed to the salt solution, since the zinc sacrificially corrodes before the steel will. The zinc is in turn protected by an impermeable layer of zinc hydroxide. Newton's third law of motion. What is it?
Sir! To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, that's right. To every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Right, now, the kinetic energy of a body in motion is the sum of its mass and the velocity at which it's travelling. So who can tell me what happens to the kinetic energy when you stop a body in motion? Now, who knows what causes acid rain? Any guesses?
Sir!
Yeah, it's primarily nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide and trioxide. How do we prevent acid rain? Fitting scrubbing units to industrial chimneys and platinum catalysts to the sources of nitrogen oxides, such as cars. These can convert the nitrogen oxides back to nitrogen gas and carbon dioxide. A body travelling in a straight line at a given velocity will continue to travel in that straight line at the velocity until acted on by an outside force. So what's the relationship between the size of that outside force and the change in direction or velocity? That's right. They're directly proportional. The amount of friction generated between two surfaces is proportional to three elements: the pressure exerted on the surfaces, the coefficient of friction, and the surface areas in contact.
A new face, but somehow well-trusted and yet more impressive. But you will undoubtedly have already realized how to differentiate the new Audi 100 from its predecessor. For us in the design studio, it was logical to continue the revolutionary and modern basic concept of the Audi 100 in an evolutionary development of the current product lineup. In the flow of its lines, the design of the new Audi 100 is not a short-term fashion, but rather a clearly defined statement which exudes uninhibited self-confidence. The design concept and the sum of all the detailed features lends a powerful, dynamic and compact aura to this product. Deep front and rear aprons with the front and rear lights integrated into the main body reinforce this appearance. The wheel arches, which house one-piece 15-inch wheels fitted with full-size trims, blend smoothly into the rest of the body. This underlines the sculptured character of the design. The wheelbase has remained unchanged, but the track has been increased by 48 millimeters at the front and by 41 millimeters at the back. The consistency in the design concept is also illustrated in the harmonious transition from the bonnet to the top side of the fascia and on trim panels. The typically Audi look is also continued with the hooded dashboard design. The four-spoke steering wheel allows a central view of the reflection-free instruments. The coloring of the pillars and roof lining is essentially light, which together with the upholstery creates a friendly and open feel to the interior. So as to facilitate a pleasant climate in the passenger compartment, even in strong sunlight, the side windows are set more steeply. As a result, the roof has been raised and widened by 36 millimeters, giving improved headroom. A small rain groove ensures that the water runs off the roof. An additional new detail, an impressively effective headlamp washer unit. Despite this optimization of comfort, it's been possible to improve on the already exemplary and fuel-saving CD value of 0.29. This has been achieved by ingenious precision work, including adjustments to the floor pan. Two gas-powered struts instead of the normal hinges do not impinge on the luggage space when the boot lid is closed. Therefore, the boot volume can be fully used without damage to luggage. In designing the interior layout of the new Audi 100, the requirements of the driver and passengers were continually taken into account. The driver-orientated layout of the fascia, the height-adjustable seats and steering wheel position, in combination with the generous amount of space, gives a feeling of comfort and control, a suit made to measure for both the driver and passengers. Before we come on to the technical details of its driving characteristics, first of all, some information about its engines. A completely newly developed six-cylinder power unit in V formation with a capacity of 2.8 litres and an output of 128 kilowatts, 174 bhp, is found in this car. With its compact construction and a weight of just 161 kilograms, it's currently the lightest and shortest engine in its capacity class. We were in the fortunate position of not having to take over an old construction. We were able to start from new and develop the power unit for longitudinal mounting and for future market requirements. With its modern layout, for example, with a shift inlet manifold, fully electronic sequential injection, heated wire air volume measuring device, two separate lambda probes, butterfly catalytic converter, cylinder selective anti-knock regulation, distributor-free ignition, this power unit offers generous torque and high power availability across the whole rev range. The use of these components ensures cleaner exhaust emissions. This new power unit is offered initially as the top engine choice, both in the front-wheel versions as well as in the Quattro version. The 90-degree V configuration of the engine has a favorable effect on the position of the car's center of gravity, a contribution to the car's relaxed yet responsive driving characteristics. With this new power unit, the Audi 100 fulfills the expectations of many potential buyers in the executive car class. The new Audi 100 will be available with the proven 4- and 5-cylinder as well as a new turbo diesel engine. But let us stay with the new V engine and its driving performance. In the 2.8e version, acceleration from 0 to 60 is 7.8 seconds. Top speed, 135 miles per hour. Its consumption values, at a constant 56 mph, 40.4 mpg. At a constant 75 mph, 32.8 mpg. Urban cycle, 22.6 mpg. The comfort provided by this engine is also noticed in the car's interior, or rather, it's not noticed. With the wind noise, which at any rate is very low, and a motorway speed of 80 mph, the measuring device records only 71.5 decibels. The minimization of noise levels has been further helped by the larger 15-inch wheels. Computer-aided design adjustments to the suspension mountings also limit sound in the passenger compartment. The rigidity of the body shell increases the comfort of the vehicle and simultaneously provides a decisive contribution to what we call compact handling dynamics. Also, the noise level of the heating and ventilation system has been reduced considerably. To achieve a higher level of interior comfort, the air is circulated quietly via 10 vents, and the temperature can be regulated to suit the individual's taste. These tests illustrate how steady the body shell remains at all times. In order to cope with some of the most difficult road conditions in the world, the vehicle's chassis must also withstand the toughest examination on the test track. At the same time, the chassis is noticeably tauter now. As a result, it offers compact and stable driving dynamics. To the exemplary interior comfort can be added a high level of driving comfort and superb handling characteristics, features which also contribute to active safety. This all starts with a powerful engine, which can deliver its power at all times to the running gear. This in turn can transmit the power effectively to the road, provided there's a good constant grip. The car is exceptionally easy and precise to drive. With this, it offers all the prerequisites for a safe and comfortable journey. This has been achieved by having further improved all the components of the running gear. In this, we were able to build on the proven chassis and drive concepts of the predecessor model, i.e. front-wheel drive and Quattro permanent four-wheel drive. The improvements to the chassis include a wider track for both the front and rear axles. Important in this is that we have at the same time increased the spring travel. The chassis geometry has been designed to improve stability when accelerating and braking. All of the shock absorber settings here have been adjusted to a tauter level. Nearly all of the rubber bearings have been increased in size and given a new elasticity setting. This has had an influence on the comfort and driving stability. So now we swap over. The driving characteristics of the new Audi are good-natured and predictable. They offer a high level of safety reserves on the limit. The natural steering direction is neutral, tending to understeer, even as the limit is approached. The high rigidity of the body shell, which has been completely redesigned, reduces vibration and torsional flex. This is the reason for the feeling of driving a large, heavy car. The new Audi 100.
We all do everything humanly possible to avoid accidents. But some are simply unavoidable. Which is why Audi gives you the unique Procon 10 safety system that helps keep your head and steering wheel apart. And could save your life. Ursprung durch Technik. As people can't avoid saying.
Okay, today we're going to look at oxidation. Metals, such as iron or steel, are especially subject to oxidation when in the presence of water which contains a solution of salts. The coating of steel with metal of greater electromotive force, such as zinc, prevents the steel from corrosive attack, even if it's exposed to the salt solution, since the zinc sacrificially corrodes before the steel will. The zinc is in turn protected by an impermeable layer of zinc hydroxide. Newton's third law of motion. What is it?
Sir! To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, that's right. To every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Right, now, the kinetic energy of a body in motion is the sum of its mass and the velocity at which it's travelling. So who can tell me what happens to the kinetic energy when you stop a body in motion? Now, who knows what causes acid rain? Any guesses?
Sir!
Yeah, it's primarily nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide and trioxide. How do we prevent acid rain? Fitting scrubbing units to industrial chimneys and platinum catalysts to the sources of nitrogen oxides, such as cars. These can convert the nitrogen oxides back to nitrogen gas and carbon dioxide. A body travelling in a straight line at a given velocity will continue to travel in that straight line at the velocity until acted on by an outside force. Then what's the relationship between the size of that outside force and the change in direction of velocity? That's right. They're directly proportional. The amount of friction generated between two surfaces is proportional to three elements: the pressure exerted on the surfaces, the coefficient of friction, and the surface areas in contact.